Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network. Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers, flatbed trailers, office number 663-4427, 663-4078-242-1746. Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers. Ramgas Sales and Services Limited, transport contractors. We are next to your kitchen, located 19 Bassie Street, Spring Village in Valsayn. For more info, call 663-4078, 663-4GAS-242-1746. WhatsApp number 3134GAS. Authorized distributors of NP LPG gas, 20 and 100 pound cylinders and gas tankers.
रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल,
हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, ह बोल हरि बोल हरि
हरि बोल बोल बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
ओ राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
ओ राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
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 हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
ओ राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा
So let's all bow our heads in dhyan, meditation, and the glorious form of Bhagavan Shri Krishna Chandra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Everybody, let's join together.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। गोविन्द गोविन्द हरे मुरारी गोविन्द गोविन्द मुकुन्द कृष्ण गोविन्द गोविन्द रताङ्गपाणि गोविन्द धामो धर्मादवेति। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पति गोपीश गोपीकान्त राधाकान्त नमो नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। अनादिनिधनो देव शङ्खचक्र गदाधर अक्षय पुण्डरीकाश प्रेतमोक्ष प्रदो। ॐ कृष्ण कृष्ण कृपालय अगते न गते भव संसारवग्ना प्रसिद्ध पुरुषोत्तम। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय.
So let me at this time say Shubha Swagatam. Welcome to all of you to this evening's Satsangh, in which we fondly remember she who has been here. It is because of Shuki we are here, but she is not here. See how things work? It is because of her we are here, but she is not here physically. She is here in a different form. Let me ask all of you one question. When the hearse came and the body came, did you observe anything? Mike, you didn't observe anything? Did you see a little butterfly hovering around? That's how the soul comes. And these little creatures, they come. So she was here when her body came. But you know, we identify a butterfly, but she is in that form. She entered into the form of the butterfly because her body has come and she came too. So, these are things, you know, we have to observe. This is stated in the Puran. This is not things that we make up. These are things that are so real. See, our Ramachandra ki jai. So this evening, we'll have few kirtan, we'll have a message. You see, an occasion like this, what is most important is the message that we must give to our people. You see, all along we are very busy. Work never comes to an end. And we're always taken up in sansari calm, in the work of the world and in the pleasures of the world. But you see, when occasion like this, people come and they want to hear, you know, something that will help them to understand better. The Bhagavad Gita is the spoken word of Lord Krishna. These are the words that Lord Krishna himself spoke to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Dharma chete Kurukshetra samvita yutsava mamaka pandavacha kim kurvata sanjaya. And it is in the battlefield where two armies were ready to fight the Mahabharata war that Lord Krishna delivered the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, telling us right through from birth until the final moment. So, what message can we give to our people in a time like this? Bhagavan Krishna, in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he says, Arjun, Sthita Pragesa Kabhasha Samadhistasya Keshava. Let's join together. Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natha Narayana Vasudeva He Natha Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari 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 Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, Sthita Pragesaka Bhasha Samadhistasya Keshava. When Arjuna in the battlefield he looked, he saw his godfather, he saw his grandfather, his cousins, his uncles, his nephews, all those who were dear to him. He saw them there. And he realized, if I were to fight this war, all of these people will die. So he became concerned. All of these men will die. What will happen? The Gandiva bow fell off his shoulder. He slumped down at the back of the chariot. Lord Krishna looked at him and said, Arjun, Now is the time to do your duty to fight this war. And now you are giving up. But you see, Arjun said, "Klaibyam Gama Partha." He says, "Lord, how can I fight this war? I see my godfather, I see my grandfather, I see my cousins, my uncles. How can I fight this war? All of them will die. And what will I gain? I will gain a blood-stained kingdom. The blood of all these men will be in my hands. What good will it be?" And Arjuna is quite right. But you see, more important, Arjuna was worried, when all these men die, who will perform the Shat Karma? Who will perform the Shat Karma? When all these men die, who will perform the Tilanjali? Who will give the Pinda Dan? And that is so, and that is one of the principles in Hinduism. When a person dies, you have the Shat Karma. The Shat is the after-death ceremonies. And the offering of the Tilanjali, the black till and water, the pindas, all of this doesn't go for the person. Shugi can't enjoy that anymore. She enjoyed the luxuries of life itself. Now what happens? Now the soul has to be taken care of. On the day of the cremation, all the beautiful flowers and the malas and everything, that's for the body. She lived an honorable life, so she has to go very honorably too. You see? So in the end, what this family is doing at this time is called the Shad Karma after death ceremony. This has to be done. Now if this is not done, what will happen? If the pindas are not offered, if the shaving is not done, if the bhandara is not done, what will happen? That soul will be trapped in this world. That soul will not return to Bhagavan. It will stay in this world. And it cannot stay in this house mind. When she was alive and this body stayed here. When she gave up this body, the soul has to go. And where will that soul go? It goes to the cremation grounds. If it does not receive its dues here, that soul will go to the cremation grounds and it will be a ghost. You know what a ghost is? A spirit, according to the Garuda Puran, is different to what we call a zombie. Okay? And that soul will be trapped in this world. Now, this is why when we take the body to the cremation grounds, we take the pinda and we cut them in 4 pieces. Right, Rishi? Remember doing that? East, west, north, south. Because you know what attracts those ghosts, those spirits? It is the pinda offering. They come. So in whichever direction they come, there's an offering of pinda. That's why we offer the pindas. And we break them up into 4 pieces. You see? So, in the end, what happens? Swami Shivanand says, death is the separation. Death is separation from the soul and the body. So the soul leaves the body. Let's do one kirtan Panavishesha, and then we know what the body is all about. What is the soul like?
Mukunda Murari, Ram Krishna Hare, Mukunda Murari, Panduranga, Panduranga, Ram Krishna Hare, Panduranga, Panduranga, Panduranga Hare, Ram Krishna Hare, Mukunda Murari, Ram Krishna Hare, Mukunda Murari, Panduranga, Panduranga, Ram Krishna Hare, Panduranga, Panduranga, Ram Krishna Hare, Jai Ram, Shri Ram,
Jai
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radha Madhav, Radhe Shyam, Sitaram, Sitaram, Sita Vallabha Sitaram, Radha Mukunda Radhe Shyam, Radha Mukunda Radhe Shyam, Radha Govinda Radhe Shyam, Radha Govinda Radhe Shyam, Sitaram, 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 Sita Vallabha Jai Shri Ram, Sita Vallabha Jai Shri Ram, Ram Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari, Ram Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari, Panduranga Panduranga, Ram Krishna Hare Panduranga Panduranga, Ram Krishna Hare, Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. So Swami Shivanand says, death is separation. Separation of the body from the soul. This is what death is. When that separation takes place, the body is separated, rather the soul is separated from the body. Now that means to say, we are twofold by nature. We are the body and we are the soul. Everybody sitting here, you have a body. Okay? The body. And you know, one of the things I always say, nobody leaves home without looking in the mirror. Right? Nobody leaves home without looking in the mirror. Because the mirror gives you a reflection of this. Aham Brahmasi, who am I? The mirror tells me, who am I? I am this body. So, death is separation of the soul from the body. So, we know what the body is. Bhagavan Krishna says, Bhumid Apo Nalo Vayu Kham Manu Buddhe Vacha. We are fivefold by nature. So, we are the body. You know something? If you rub your hand, what comes out? 24 times a day, every day you bathe. This is Mati. Mati bhi aur hai, Mati bhi chhawan, Mati mein sab mil jayega ek din. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So this body, once it was a little baby, it grows, and then it goes. Body is what changes. But when you look at the soul is Ajo Nitya Shashurayam Purano Na Haniti Hanimani Sharir. Souls don't change. The soul is constant. So in the end, souls are immortal. So the question is, when the body is disposed of, you know, on the day of cremation, Panditji gave her two things. What were the two things? Right hand and left hand, two pindas. And I explained, and this home there's always been puja, satsang and all of this. No more from Shivji again. So in the end, the next one is for the cremation grounds. Safe journey to the cremation grounds. There's a logic, there's a science, and there's a reason. All of this is done. And if we don't want to do it, that's all right. We stand the consequences. So in the end, the body is gone. Where is the soul? Bhagavan Krishna says the soul assumes Ankush Paman Sharir, a thumb-sized flame as big as the thumb. So the soul of every person, look at your thumb, this is so important. The soul enters into a body as big as the thumb. So I don't want to go further from here because this will take us into tomorrow night's discussion. So, Sita Pragisaka Bhasha Samadhistasya Keshava. So Arjuna is asking Lord Krishna, what are the marks of a God-realized soul? What are the marks of a person who is alive and that person is sure to go to Bhagavan and never return? Now, we have to understand, we have three options while we are alive. And what are the three options? First is heaven, rather hell. Next is heaven. And the next one is where? Apavarga, higher than heaven. Nobody wants to go to hell, right? A place of suffering. So the next option is to go to heaven. So the purpose of life is not to go to heaven. People who want to go to heaven, heaven is short-lived. The good things you do, the gifts you give, the dan, the dakshina, and the people you help, that blessing will entitle you to heaven. But Bhagavan Krishna says, Ante kale chamamiva smara mukta kalevaram. You know something? All of us here, we went to heaven in the past life. And we have come back again to strive to go to higher than heaven, right? Which is Apavar, the abode of Lord Krishna, which is Gaulok. Unless we do not reach Gaulok, we're going to be born again. Listen to what I'm saying. Garupuran says this, Shiv Puran says this, Ramayan says this, Bhagavad Gita says this. The ultimate purpose in life is to reach God in the highest abode. You see, you have Atma. You see, all of us here, we are the little soul, striving to become Maha-Atma, the great soul. And having become the great soul, you go to Paramatma, who is Bhagavan himself. This is the purpose of life. If you do not know where you are going, how will you know when you reach there? Just remember this statement. If you do not know where you are going, how will you know when you reach there? So the first thing we have to do is to know where we are going. Where we are going. Wherever I go, I have to go back home. Our real home is not this material world. Lord Krishna came to recall souls from this material world. This is a material world, you know. Everything in this world is material. Look, this body of mine is material too. Lord Krishna has come to recall us from the material world to our real home in the spiritual world. We're going to live a whole lifetime. You know, some of us may say, boy, I'm young yet, I have a whole life ahead. How will you know and when will you know when the bell will ring? Let me ask all of you one question. Have you seen a person die? Have you seen a person die? You're just looking at the person and that person just, it is out. I've seen it. When you least expect the person is going to die, you know what happens? When the day comes, the moment comes, the time comes, that person will close eyes forever. So we can't, one of the great writers, you know what he said? Life is like a drop of water hanging from a leaf. Any moment that drop of water can fall, friends. Any moment that soul could leave the body of anybody. Let's chant again, everybody.
He Nanda Nanda Gopal, Ananda Nanda Gopal. He Nanda Nanda Gopal, Ananda Nanda Gopal. He Nanda Nanda Gopal, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यरुनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यरुनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, गोपाल हो राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद 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 गोपाल, गोपाल गोपाल, गोपाल हो राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल, गोपाल गोपाल, गोपाल हो राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल, गोपाल हो राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल, गोपाल हो राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल.
Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gopal, Radhe Krishna. You see, friends, one thing we have to understand, right? When death comes, जग में सुंदर है दो नाम, चाहे कृष्ण कहो या राम. It's good, you could sing Hanuman, you could sing, some people say, Baba, my father, do you like Hanuman Chalisa? We could sing it, I say no. Because Hanuman Chalisa is not for death ceremonies. This is auspicious time. This is the time when our mind must be, you see, while Shug was on that deathbed, right? We tried all our best to focus our mind on Krishna. We had the music playing, right, Mike? That is to bring her mind to Krishna. While she was on deathbed, Panavishesh came with me too. We brought Ganga Jal. We gave her a sip of the Ganga Jal. We gave her a sip of the Tulsi water. He read, 16 verses of the Purushoktam. Those are special verses that you have to do. And unfortunately, not many people get that. Not many people. The water of the Ganga, right? The water of the, when you worship the foot, we worship Lord Krishna there. And the water of Lord Krishna, that drop of water, in the whole bucket, you need one drop of that water. And when all of that is given, you know what happens? That person gets the best of send-off. That the best of send-off. With that Ganga Jal, with that chanting of the holy name, right? That was played all along. All of that is so important. So in the end, what happens? Sthita Pargesaka Bhasha Samadhistasya Keshava. So I don't want to criticize anybody, and it's not my intention. You could sing whatever you want, right? Some people sing beautiful carols and hymns. That's all right. Satisfy your mind. But according to death, Krishna, 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 jo tu mitana chahe, jivan ki trishna. While a person is on deathbed, you know what happens with that troth? All you know, right? That troth becomes sukhe, it becomes dry. This is why we brought the tulsi water and the tulsi leaf. And Mike every now and then took a little drop of water, put it in the troth. The troth is dry. The soul wants to get out, but the soul is dry. This is what happens. In the end, when these things are done, and the chanting of the mantras, then that person gets, as I said before, the best of all send-offs. You see? So in the end, we have to prepare ourselves. Now let me tell all of you something. A person doesn't get this by guess. A person doesn't get this kind of thing by guess. I've known many great people live wonderful lives. They did not get this send off. You see? And when that throat is dry, you know what is little pieces of ice? I know other people, they wanted ice all the time to soothe the throat, right, Mike? That's not because they're thirsty. The throat is dry. The soul wants to leave. You see? So there's a reason why all of this. And the most important thing is the name of the Lord. Let me especially welcome Guruji, Padashivan. Thank you very much for being here. So you see, all of these things, there's a reason why. And all of these things are prescribed in the scriptures. Shri Rangana Krishnana Devaki Nandana Shri Rangana Krishnana Devaki Nandana Kamalanayana Shyamala Vadanayana Sadana Kamalanayana Shyamala Vadanayana Sadana Shri Rangana Krishnana Devaki Nandana Venu Vilocana Gopika Ranjana Yashodanandana Venu Vilocana Gopika Ranjana Yashodanandana Ananda Sadana Yashodanandana Shri Rangana Krishnana Devaki Nandana Devaki Nandana Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. So all of these things, there's a reason why. The Tulsi water is given, the Ganga Jal is given, the name of Bhagavan Krishna, the worship of the Shaligram. All of this is so important when a person is bidding farewell. Sthita Pagisaka Bhasha Samadhista Sakeshavam. So Arjuna is asking Lord Krishna, he said, Prabhu, what are the marks of a God-realized soul? A person who has attained the pinnacle of perfection, what are the qualities of such a person? There are some people, they lived in such a way that in the end, they are assured of liberation, salvation. Their whole life has been one of dedication, of commitment. So those people who are referred to as the God-realized soul, they have realized Bhagavan, Sthita Pragyasaka Bhasha, Samadhista Sakeshavam. So Arjuna wants to know, those people will not be born back again, Prabhu. They will not take back birth in this world again. कैसे भाषण करते हैं? So he's asking Lord, those people, they are short of salvation. How do they speak? How do they walk? And how do they sit? 3 questions. So the person who is not going to be born back, let me ask myself, am I going to be born back in this world? Bhagavan is going to determine that? No, I have to determine that by my good karmas and my whatever I do. I am the architect of my own destiny. My life is like a plum in my hand. I could do anything. I could eat it, I could throw it away, I could give it to somebody. Our lives are in our hands. But just remember, we need the Guru to guide us. If you think you could do without a Guru, think again. Even by the Guru's presence, that is tremendous blessing. Every word that flows from the lips of the Guru is like nectar, amrit. Every footstep the Guru makes, it is in the direction of Bhagavan. Such is the importance of the Guru. And of course, our parents too. So, how does the God realized soul walk? Meaning, what actions does he perform? Okay, let me ask everybody. What did you do today holy? What actions did you perform? Now, don't tell me you cook and you wash everything. Eh? That's your duty. She again had to do that again, and I'm like, she did her duty and she did it well. So in the end, what actions do we perform? Actions that are meant for lok sangraha, for the benefit of the world. Sai Baba says, Paro apakartham idam shariram. You see this body? Mine, this is mine. And that is yours. But Bhagavan gave us a purpose in life. Paro upakar, for the benefit of others. Whenever you can do something for someone to benefit them, right? Beggar man comes, you give him a 5 cents. Don't wonder, I wonder why you couldn't do that. No. It is your duty to give dhanam. And when you give, whatever is done with it, once a man took a basket of fruits and he went to the mandir. So he went up to Hanumanji, offered basket of fruits. So he sat down and he's watching. Monkeys came, started to pick the bananas, ate and threw the skin all about. So the man went to Guruji and said, Guruji, dekho, kya hoga? Look what is happening. So Guruji said, every day this happens. People bring fruits, they offer, monkeys come and eat it. So the devotee said, I did not give the fruits to the monkeys. I gave it to Shri Hanumanji. So you know what Guruji told him? Who are you to tell Hanuman what to do with the fruits? If it is Hanuman's desire to give it to the monkeys, so be it. In the same way, when we give, don't bother. What they do with it is up to them. You got the blessings already. See, Avara Ramachandra ki jai. So let's all join together again.
Kuhi kahi Ram, kuhi Shyam Ganesha. जो सीता वाले राम वो राधा वाले श्याम कोई कहे राम कहे श्याम घनश्याम जो सीता वाले राम वो राधा वाले श्याम जो सीता वाले राम जो राधा वाले राम वंशिका में तेरी बोले राम तेरा नाम जमुना जी चंचल धारे श्याम तेरा नाम बोल जय जय राम सीताराम जो राधा वाले श्याम वो सीता वाले राम जो राधा वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम कोई कहे राम कोई श्याम घनश्याम जो राधा वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम जो राधा वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम में नाम जब से एक मिलेगा मेरा के समान पावे वैकुंठ मिलेगा बोलो राधे राम जो सीता वाले राम बोलो जय जय राधे श्याम जो सीता वाले राम कोई कहे राम कोई श्याम घनश्याम जो सीता वाले राम जो राधा वाले राम जो सीता वाले राम वो राधा वाले श्याम पंचिका मीते बोले राम तेरा नाम जमुना जी चंचल धारी श्याम तेरा नाम बोलो जय जय राम सीताराम जो राधा वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम जो राधा वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम कोई कहे राम कोई श्याम घनश्याम जो राधा वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम जो राधा वाले वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम, जो राधा वाले श्याम और सीता वाले राम।
सेवा रामचंद्र की जय। कोई कहे श्याम घन श्याम सीताराम. Some people say Sitaram, some people say Radhe Shyam, some people whatever they say out of love and devotion. So कैसे गमन करते हैं. So the person who is assured of going back to God and will not be born. Don't get me wrong, heaven is a nice place. You have all the joys and all the happiness there. But you know, when the allotted lifespan in the higher region and the astral region comes in, we have to be born again. So we have come to strive to go higher than that, and that is Gaulok Bhagwan Krishna. So the God realized soul, how does he work? What actions he performs? He performs actions for Lok Sangraha for the benefit of others. He benefits and others benefit too. Paro upakar artham idam shariram. Sai Baba says, Paro upakar for the benefit of others. This is mine, but I must use my gift to help others to move up the ladder. You see? So always remember, we have a purpose in life. Some people believe in seva, very good. Some people believe in giving, very good. Some people believe in meditation, very good. Whatever you believe in, put your heart, put your mind, put your soul. It is in giving that you shall receive in return. When you give, you get. So tonight I say, if you tell yourself, you know, I never get anything, you know what, tell yourself, I never gave anything. I never gave anything, so I will not get anything. You see, this has to be meant for giving. Whatever you give. There was this young little boy. He used to sell newspapers. Very cold, freezing winter morning. He was shivering. He was kind of hiding to get away from the breeze. He was hungry. So he thought, when I go to that house, I will ask for a glass of milk. You know, when you're hungry, what does be happening here? Thank God, I never feel hungry yet. Thank God for that. So when he went there, he handed the lady the newspaper. But he didn't have the courage to say he wanted a glass of milk. She gave him a glass of water. Okay, sorry. She gave him a glass of milk instead of a glass of water. So he went his way. He grew up to be an intellectual. So it so happened, in his job, in his workplace, he heard his fellow doctors, he became a doctor, talking about this lady who is on deathbed. And when they said where she was from, he said, she is from my village, this is where I was born. So he put on his coat and his stethoscope and he went. When he saw the lady old, frail and on deathbed, he said, I will help this lady. And he started to work, this is not a story, he started to work with this lady, she recovered. And of course, they brought the bill for her. All you ever had to pay a hospital bill? No, I don't want to depress you. Tears came to her eyes. She could not afford this. The doctor came. He said, Ma'am, let me see this. He took out his pen and he wrote something, gave it to her. He went his way. When she looked at the little mark that the doctor put there, you know what he wrote? Paid in full with a glass of milk. That was the glass of milk the lady gave me when I was a little child starving. And today my turn has come to repay her. You see? So he wrote on that bill, I wish we have doctors like that today. No, we have doctors who are very good today. Can't complain. You see? Paid in full with a glass of milk. It doesn't waste, friends. Whatever you do, it comes back to you. The good karamani vadikaraste, maphale, the fruits of our good karmas. So always remember. I like this. I go on the internet and I find these stories to read, to understand life's journey. Kaise, how does that person, not only how does he walk, how does he sit? The God realized soul, the person that we have to become, how does he sit? not sitting like this. Okay. When you are sitting, what are you doing? Let's chant again. Everybody join me.
गोविंद हरि गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम 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 गोविंद हरि जप तप साधन कछ नहीं लागत कर चत गत न करी राम कर चत न गतरी संकट संपत सुख के कारण जासो भूल परी भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि गोविंद हरि गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि राम नाम का सुमिरन कर रे सिर पर मोर करी राम सिर पर मोर करी राम नाम का सुमिरन कर ले सिर पर मोर करी राम सिर पर मोर करी कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि गोविंद हरि श्री गोविंद हरि गोविंद हरि गोपाल हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि भजो रे मन राम गोविंद हरि
Principle of Prabhu Ramachandra ki jai. Bhajo re man Ram Govind Hari. You know what is bhaj? Bhaj means to praise. Praise the Lord. Be it Rama, be it Krishna, be it whatever it is. Ananya chetah satatam yo. You know what Bhagavan Krishna says? One who absorbs his mind in me. When your mind is absorbed in the Lord Bhagavan himself, in exclusive and constant devotion, that person comes to me. You see, always remember, Bhagavan must be the focus of your mind, your focus of your attention. I remember long ago when we had our little old houses. Chana, you remember this? On the walls right around, you had pictures hanging. That wasn't decoration. यहाँ भी राम वहाँ भी राम हरि व्यापक सर्वत्र समान प्रेम थे प्रकट हुए में जानो. Any side you turn, you're seeing the Lord this day. That was the purpose. But today, you know, we get more, whatever it is. We don't put up pictures on our walls again. But that was a purpose. Our elders, they had the foresight. Because in the end, where they will go, they have to prepare themselves. Antakala chumami vasparan, they have to remember the Lord. I'm sure all of you remember so many things, but always have the Lord focused in your mind. So all of those pictures were to remind us of the presence of Bhagavan. You know, long ago, everybody used to mind a nice little cow. Good? So you'll stick the picket in the ground and you'll tie the cow there. And that cow will go right on feeding. I mean, old enough, very old, to know all of this. And that cow will feed right around the picket in the middle. You know what message that cow gives us? The Lord must be the center of your attraction, the center of your mind, the focus of your life. But you could say, well, I had to work, I had to get up morning, look how business I have back up there. You think I had time for God? If you don't have time for God, God ain't gonna have time for you. No, it doesn't work so. Find the time. Ek ghari aajo ghari puni aadho mein aaj hai. So always remember, the Lord must be the focus. This is why we have our pictures of the Lord. So how does that person sit? Contemplating, thinking. When you sit and you think, don't think about anybody else, think about yourselves. And you know, there are three questions you have to ask yourself, whether you're young or you're old. Who am I? You have to ask yourself, who am I? Prince went to a visit in Swami. He said, Swamiji, do you know God? He said, yes. He said, do you know where God is? He said, yes. Will you take me to God? He said, yes. He said, but I have to get your credentials. Right? So he took out his call card. He says, here's my name, Gajapati Raju. He says, here's my occupation, right? Here's my being mobile and whatever mobile you have. I have everything. Give it to Bhagavan. Swamiji looked at him and said, Bhagavan doesn't want to know that. He wants you to know yourself. He wants you to know who you are. On the day of the cremation, did anybody say sugar cane? Mike? The body. The time comes when the body, we give up everything. The eye and the mind, everything is given up. The body has come. So that is the state we will all become. We will become the body. You see? So in the end, you have to ask yourself, who am I? Where have I come from? We have all come from Bhagavan. My Bhagavan is saying, Aur mai kaha ja raha? I told in the beginning, if you do not know where you're going, how will you know when you reach? You have to know. You have to plan your life. You have to map out your life. You're going to a strange place, right? You want to get what? You want to get a map of the place? How you call it in English? Right? You know what I'm talking about. Right? So you'll know where you're going. Principal Prabhu Ramachandra ki jai.
ईश्वर राम तेरे नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, सारा जग तेरे संतान, सारा जग तेरे संतान। ईश्वर राम तेरे नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, इस दर पी पर बसने वाले सब है तेरी गोद की पाले, इस धरती पर बसने वाले सब है तेरी गोद की पाले, सब है तेरी गोद की पाले। कोई न नीचा कोई महान, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, सारा जग तेरे संतान, सारा जग तेरे संतान। कातो नजरों के भगवारी, झूठ कहाँ तेरी द्वारी, काते नजरों के बटवारी, झूठ कहाँ तेरी द्वारी, झूठ कहाँ तेरी द्वारी। तेरी लीला सब एक समान, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान, सारा जग तेरे संतान, सारा जग तेरे संतान, सारा जग तेरे संतान.
Sri Ramachandra ki jai. Prajahat yada kamang sarvang parta manukatam. Lord Krishna continues to enlighten Arjuna. When one thoroughly dismisses the cravings of the mind, to reach me is very simple. The cravings of the mind represents desires. One has, to dismiss those desires. But is there anybody who doesn't have desires? Everybody has desires, you see. So one has to control. Look at Ganesh Baba. One tusk has broken. The one desire for perfection, to become the God-realized soul. So in the end, we have to learn to control. Desires are the baggages. Everybody, we are carrying baggages in life. And what are the baggages? Desires are the baggages we are carrying. More desires, less comfort. More desires you have is the less your comfort is going to be, the more things you want. And we want for ourselves, we want for our children, we want for our family, we want for everybody. This is what weighs us down, the desires. Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna, Samudbha, in the ocean of life, this is what, we have to control, desires. More desires, less happiness. Less desires, more happiness. You want to be happy? This is what the great writers say. Cut down on your desires. One desire, and that is for perfection. So he says, dismiss the cravings of the mind, the desires, and be satisfied. You want to attain the pinnacle of perfection? Perfect souls come to me and are never subjected to rebirth. What we must do? Right? Desires must be given up. And then you have what is called to be satisfied. Santosh Sukham Sampadam. So as I conclude at this point, we are very happy to have Panditji with us. So I want to share some time with Baba. Let me get some of his blessings. So, what is the greatest treasure we have? The one here, the one here, the one here. Which one? All of them important. All of them are important. But you see, Santosh Sukham Sampadam, to be contented. To be contented. So I want to ask me first and all of you after. Are we contented in life? Mike, you don't answer. Because I'm sure you would say, I wish you could have stayed a little longer with us. And you're quite right. Are we contented? If not, we have to strive. Let me give you a good example. Long ago, when you went to puja, somebody will pass you out with a little piece of brown paper and give you it. By my days. And then somebody comes with a big tray and give you a little pinch of prasad. Wrap it up nicely, put it here. And the boys will go down to the back to get the next one. You see, that is, prasad is the grace of the Lord. But today when you go puja, you get your prasad, take it, touch it to your forehead. Now the question is, have you ever questioned when you go to puja and you get prasad, have you ever questioned so little bit? Be honest. You ever question so little bit? No, you don't. Last time I come by Mike and puja here, I get a nice big bag of prasad. Right? No matter what you get, accept it. Don't question. You never question. Have you ever heard people say, this prasad is simple? Prasad blessed by the Lord will always be good. You see? So the prasad is a symbol of contentment. Santosh Sukham Sampadam. When you are contented in life, never mind. You could do it a little more, that's all right. But to be contented with what God has given to you. Bhagavan has given to us a lifespan in this world. Bhagavan has given to Shri so many years with this wonderful family. And they all made the best of it. I don't have to ask my dad. I know they made the best out of her. They gave her the best. And now they're doing the best for us. So Mike, to you and the entire family, I pray that Bhagavan will bless you with the strength. It's not easy. Only who experiences will know. what it is like. So Bhagwan's blessings to you, and we are indeed most blessed to have Pandit Vishesh with us, and of course Guru of the home, Pundit Jivan. Thank you very much. So let's pass the microphone. No.
Children, please sit upright. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 राम नाम सत्य है. Pandit Ji, our Upadharmacharya, who served Dharma for so long and deserves our love and respect. On behalf of everybody, we offer pranams. Pandit Ji, son, you as well too. And I will try not to talk too long or for long, because you might forget all the good stuff you just hear. And sometimes you give some of us a Pandit a mic, and we get like magnet to it. We don't want to let it go. But Pandit Ji, I'm sorry I was a bit late. I hope I didn't disturb. I was hoping there's a back way to come in, so nobody would see when I walked in late and lay low up. But we enjoyed your katha. Bhagwan bless you, for you to bring hope and courage and meaning of life, and for the family to go on. Bhaiya, Rishi, daughter, and the family. It's up. No, you could say what you want. You could tell family you do. In time you'll get over it. That's a lie. You don't ever get over when somebody you love die. You might learn to handle it perhaps. But you see Mother's Day, you see Christmas Day, you wouldn't be the same again. So to say, don't worry. You go, by God's grace, you go, no, especially with a mother and your wife. Because mother is supposed to love you the most. Then you're married, but she got mother and friend and everything. The most we could do is have Pandit Ji and others come and read Katha to give you consolation. What Bhagwan Shri Krishna tell you. Because if your foot hurting, somebody could massage your foot. Your head hurting, or if your heart hurting, yeah, Rish, sit down, son. You see, if your mind hurting your son, nobody can massage that. You need Katha. So thank you, Pandit Ji, for doing that. To massage your mind, to soothe the soul, to say, and never underestimate. You might say, we came for the Pandit doing the reading. You see, flowers, they don't talk. But flowers give fragrance. And when you want to love somebody and you can't talk, you give them flowers. Unfortunately, we give them flowers when they die, too late sometimes. But you are like the flowers, come to tell your family, right now all you are alone. Don't mind the weather was bad, but we leave the house, we leave the TV to come to be with all you. So you mightn't say anything. I'm saying a bouquet of nice flowers. Come to tell your family what words can't tell. We're there for all you. And the best we could do is to say, we care, we love you, and we'll try to be available to help. Please join your palms. Bhagwan, may you bless our Pandits Ji to continue their good work. May you bless my Bhaiya, Rish, you and your Dolahin, the grandchildren. To watch the pictures there, it's kind of hard to balance what you're being here, what you're hearing, and what you're seeing. So I'm trying not to watch there too much. Because those of us who lost a mom, we'll know how it feels, like the hardest cough you could get in your belly. As for your father, it's hardly to say husband love their wife so much. I don't mean to battle husbands. It's easy to say I love you, but to show it, to be with her foot to foot, hand to hand, to leave everything to go to be with her there. And in puja, I see when she doing your arati, and you hug your giver afterwards. In Kaljuk, you do that kind of love again. You do like good job for your son, to teach him. They mustn't talk about marriage and love. Give by example. As Pandit Ji was telling us, Praja hati yada kaman sarvan parthamanugatan atmana tushta sitat prajnasya dochate. Wise people don't just talk, they live. So Bhagwan bless all the children. And to all of you who come here to support the family, don't take it for granted. It means plenty to them. Just your presence, like the fragrance and flowers. And God bless all of you for that. Join your palms, sit upright. Thank you, Bhagwan, for this chance to be with this family and tell them we love them and care for them. Bless all of us to be examples to others, that we will all lose loved ones, but we have to move on, especially after 12 days and 13 days, when everybody will leave, then the loneliness will hit you real hard. Then bless us to be available to them, Prabhu. Not just in words to say, we did for you no matter what. Prasann ho Prabhu, स्वीकार करो हमारी प्रार्थना। हे प्रभु, जिनकी आकृति अतिशय शांत है, हृदय से भक्ति भाव से हम भक्तजनों आपके नमन करते हैं। प्लीज प्रे विथ मी चिल्ड्रन। शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं। Pray children, लक्ष्मीकान्तं वन्दे विष्णुं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Please inhale slowly and deeply, taking the breath right onto your belly, and exhale. Ram Naam Satya hai. Pranji, our pranams and thank you for this chance to pray and join hands with you. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you very much, Baba, for your wonderful blessings. Your presence alone means so much to this family. So we appreciate very much, and all the good work you have been doing throughout. Continue doing it and give us your blessings as you go along. Thank you very much. So, Mike, let's all join together. Panavishesha is going to lead us in the closing. Let's all pray together. Tonight, don't pray for yourself. Let's pray for this family. A family who has done so much when it comes to our dharma. Let's pray for Shugi, who has done so much for all of us. You know, on the day of the commission, we sat down listening what she did for all of us. What she did for all of us. And I asked myself, what did we do for her? Our prayers will be so much for her. She doesn't want anything material. Our prayers is what we can send. You know, you can send vibrations through your prayers. Right? So let us all pray as we send our love, our vibrations to Shigi, and of course for the blessing of the family. Panavishesha is going to lead us.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलं यते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा है, आशा का दूर किनारा है। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा है, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, फिर कोई न केवल हारा हो, जब तू ही बेड़ा पार करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे, पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, और जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः, हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
So let me say many thanks to all of you coming to join with Mike and the family. This is the time when they need us all most of all, and that you have come to support them. As Baba said, it is indeed a great guest here. So Mike, our blessings are with you and the family, and we'll see you tomorrow evening again. So tomorrow we'll be here to do yet another evening, and I must say thanks for the opportunity. Blessings to all of you. Have a safe return to your homes. Jai Shri Ram.
Ram Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers, flatbed trailers, office number 663-4427, 663-4078-242-1746. Ram Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers. Ramgas Sales and Services Limited, transport contractors. We are next to your kitchen, located 19 Bassie Street, Spring Village in Valsayn. For more info, call 663-4078, 663-4GAS, 242-1746. WhatsApp number 3134GAS. Authorized distributors of NP LPG gas, 20 and 100 pound cylinders and gas tankers. Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.